well, a lot of people think this man is a future UFC champion. I'm not going to go that far just yet, but in terms of putting together a modern-day mixed martial arts athlete into one package, this kid can do it all.
Yeah, because you watch what you say. Guys like me will just scream, this guy's a future champion, but your word holds value, so you won't do that. But every now and again, there comes a guy that seems to have it. This guy has it. This guy, when you look at him, you see a championship belt around his waist because he can do it all. He's got high-level wrestling, high-level grappling, high-level striking. He reminds me of Kamaru Usman.
Yeah.
There was no I wonder with Usman. It was when will it happen? This guy possesses that type of skill. And
he has sort of a championship aura, right? He walks into our fighter meeting, methodically managing his energy. Seems to be the total package. Obviously a perfect test for him right here, right now at this stage of his career. All right, he is the Funk Master, Aljamain Sterling. We talk so much about the state of this 135-pound division, how it's never been stronger, and yet this guy's starting to distance himself from the pack a little bit. Outstanding grappler, and more often than not, he's going to have a big advantage in that war.
Yeah, that's one of the things that separates Aljamain, is that he's one of those guys that tells you what he's going to do, and then he goes and he does it. Nothing's more discouraging for a fighter than to know what you have to defend and still not be able to defend it. Aljamain Sterling is a beast. Now,
he did hint to us in the fighter meeting that he thought he could win this fight without chaining takedowns, so perhaps we'll see a strike-heavy approach here from Sterling early. We shall see. Aljamain Sterling has graced the octagon. He's ready to fight. Our tale of the tape for this featherweight fight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Diego Lopes! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the former UFC featherweight champion, Aljamain Funk Master Sterling.
Herb Dean is your referee. He's the third man in the octagon tonight. All right, so here's Aljamain Sterling. Hasn't necessarily been a fast starter in the UFC. There's no denying the toughness, the creativeness, his scrambling ability. You know about the wrestling acumen, but he uses his length very well. This is a hard guy to hit, and it looks like he'll be hard to hit here out of the chute tonight. Straight punch there again. Been there all night.
big shot to the body.
Oh, lands another hook. Working the inside of that lead leg. Oh, clean hook there.
Oh, guillotine here.
Looks like a pretty good attempt here. Oh, how good is that as he gets out?
That is great submission defense, keeping everything short and not allowing his opponent to get the submission victory.
All right, working on the ground here, his opponent's feet on the hips. Working from the top here, nice ground and pound by Sterling. Oh, looked like that strike from the bottom fighter got the crowd's attention. Sterling's in half guard now. Lands with the ground and pound here.
Great defense by this fighter.
Sterling's looking to pass into half guard here, but he's denied. Couple hammer fists there for good measure. hammer fist going to town here by Sterling. Oh, trying to pass here, but Dikembe Mutombo style, he gets denied.
Block! Great job blocking that pass by the bottom fighter.
Oh, nice punishing kick to the body.
Oh, nice elbow.
2 minutes have gone by here, round one. Nice straight right lands. Good series of punches by him there. He has been really using his physicality to his advantage now.
He lifted up. Great submission defense, a full display by the opponent.
Man, submission defense is a powerful thing. Offense keeps going for it. Defenders held up every step of the way.
Yeah, the defense has done a great job just making sure he leaves nothing long, no submission attempts. Even when they get him, he continues to stay calm and patient, and he's defending these submissions.
All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks.
Sterling's going for the sub here. Oh, he's got the Kimura position locked in now. Oh, favoring position over submission.
Very smart decision. You never want to value the submission over keeping dominant position.
Making all these shots count. All right, trying to pass here. As Glover Teixeira might say, not today.
Not today. Great job of following with the hips, keeping those legs locked and keeping them in full guard.
Well, this is a tough fighter to buck off. Very good pressure and work here by Sterling. Side control now, and certainly I would think more offensive options for the bottom fighter than in the half guard.
Absolutely more offensive options, because now you can just start to get away. You can just go to a wrestler stand-up. Get to your knees, post your hands, don't allow him to get his hooks in, right? Really be aware of the hooks. But get to your hands, stand up, fight the hands, break away and escape. But it's so much more free-flowing than a half guard in the side control, because all you need to do is just get the opponent's body up, because his legs are just free to move. His legs are not controlling anything. His legs are just free, so you have more freedom to use yours.
Sterling's right back to the full mount here. Oh, attempting to go for the leg now. Oh, he's got that submission locked in. He's in real trouble.
John, it looks tight. It looks like he's gonna get this.
Oh, somehow he gets out.
He gets out and he goes right on the offense. He's trying to sub him.
Oh, what a moment there. Right back to his feet. I thought he might get submitted there. First round winding down here. Sounds for the end of round one. All right, so the round is over, and you see the cut man not wasting any time as the fighter makes his way back to the stool. The cut man will try to shut that cut on the bridge of his nose and prevent it from becoming a factor here moving forward. All right, let us get you some replays from that previous round. His nose is significantly damaged after his opponent's handiwork in that previous frame.
It's smashed. It's smashed, John, and you see the cut on it. You see the bruising. It's bad now, but in a couple days it'll be much worse.
Yeah.
Because that's when you get the black eyes and you start to look like a freaking penguin. The guy is taking too many shots with his head. He's not doing a great job of moving his head off the center line. If he wants to win this fight, he has got to be smarter in his approach.
And he is toughness personified, but you got to think that that nose, in terms of his breathing pattern, is going to start to give him issues as this fight presses on. Well, Sterling's got a very unorthodox striking style, a lot of different weapons in his arsenal, and a lot of those have been on display here in this one.
One takedown is easy to defend. When you start stringing them together is when guys struggle. Now he's going full mount.
ground and pound strike here.
This is a terrible position.
Well, he's on his back, but he's landing. All right, so the fighter's able to reverse position on the ground, and now he's got the dominant position.
Yeah, what a great job recognizing that once he got the...
All right, he's got the hooks in, DC, working off of his back.
Now look for him to attack the neck of his opponent to try to get the rear choke.
Most fighters will tell you offensive wrestling is the hardest, most exhausting thing.
Especially if you're just running the guy over, Jonathan, he just gets up.
All right, he's got the full mount now. Is this one of the most dominant positions in MMA? Is that fair to say?
It's a very dominant position. It's one of the most ideal positions you can get to, especially if you are fighting someone that doesn't truly understand that they're not in as much danger as they are, because it's dangerous, but there are a lot of outs, and if a person isn't very understanding of that, then you can really, really put some damage on them.
Right into side control.
Get that good wrist control now.
Well, the more things change, the more they stay the same. He continues to land a high volume of strikes on his opponent at will.
Well, I mean, John, the guy can fight everywhere, and he can fight everywhere, meaning he can fight on the ground, he can fight in the stand-up, but he's also able to do it because his cardio is so good.
Right.
This is one of the best fighters that we have seen for a long time, and it is showing in this performance. Nice.
Just over 2 minutes now to go in the round.
Create a scramble. Let's go.
You need to work on this position.
Oh, nice transition there. You call that a reversal?
Yeah, you turn your defense into offense. Defensively, you switch position and you go right on the offensive. That's exactly what he did.
Sterling's pass is denied. Well, nothing in the unified rules says you can't strike from off of your back, and he did well there. Grounded him and pounded him. Nice job. All right, closed guard now. Sterling's looking to pass from full guard into half guard here, but he's denied. All right, so now we start to see some bruising appearing on the torso, and all of that courtesy of the body work of his opponent.
Just the wherewithal to go to the body and the discipline to stay with that approach. I mean, it's just tremendous. You see a fighter with a high fight IQ following a game plan, and it's working.
Let's work. Come on, now stand up. Let's work.
He's doing a really good job putting himself in position.
All right, dominant position here. He's got the full mount. A lot of different ways he can go here. Maybe try to find an arm bar or just get the ground and pound.
He can attack submission, but those submissions will present themselves once he is landing that brutal ground and pound he is known for. Because then his opponent will start to get a little bit desperate to get out from under him, which will then in turn leave arms dangling, or he'll turn to his knees and get choked out.
All right, round three coming up next.
All right. Listen, breathe, relax. I need you to get out there and keep this fight on your feet. I want you to avoid that takedown. The only reason...
All right, so a lot of highlights over those previous 5 minutes. DC, take us through the replay, if you will.
A lot of good action, but punching led the dance. Punching was the thing that stood out to me. That allowed him to take control of the round.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway. Overhand is good. Oh, wow, how about the roundhouse kick? Well,
Threw a flying knee to the head.
oh, nice hook. That was a crippling shot right there.
Threw it real tight, elbow tight, big check in it. landed it right on the chin.
Pretty good jab there by Sterling. Nice job by him defensively there. Push kick there to the body. Wow, vicious uppercut. Sterling gets hit with that hook shot there. He's got to be careful to not allow the offense to follow up here. And the takedown attempt, but he does not land it. Working off the jab, it's good.
Beautiful left punch there.
Oh, big hook, that'll sting.
Look at the control of the posture as that big knee lands.
Sidekick lands for him there, champ.
A lot of times that is used to manage space.
And there's a takedown attempt. Sterling gets caught by that straight punch. You gotta do better than that defensively. Started to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there. Just over 3 minutes to go. Sterling's punch to the body.
Guillotine jump. You better protect your neck when you fight this guy because he's got the guillotine locked in. But if he wants to finish, he's got to lock that ball.
Oh, he's out. Pretty productive with the strikes here off his back.
All right, take your time, relax.
We have crossed the midpoint of this one.
Great job finding his shots from the top position.
Another ground and pound strike lands.
Gotta be careful here.
Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here. All right, north-south position now. We'll see who transitions first. Oh, you gotta love the ground and pound strikes here.
Nice transition.
All right, right into side control here, DC. Biggest difference between half guard and side control?
Well, side control to me feels like a little bit less control because now my legs aren't really doing anything anymore. Now I'm controlling you with my upper body. So I've got to be very, very aware. It's still advantageous, but it just seems a little more free-flowing than having something like a half guard.
A lot of top pressure being applied here. All right, so he can't get it here. Again, good awareness by the defensive fighter. All right, north-south position now. We'll see how he chooses to proceed. All right, he's in a half-guard position here, DC, and in a good spot to dole out a lot of damage, I would think.
A lot of damage can be done from the half guard. You sit back on that leg, you press down into your opponent, you drop elbows, you drop punches. What is very key is you controlling the underhook on the far side. If you get up that underhook, your opponent can use the half guard to build up to an elbow, sweep, or just chase down a single leg.
All right, so there it is again. He's been very efficient with his ground and pound striking game tonight.
And now they're starting to pile. He's starting to pile them together. Punch after punch is starting to land in the top position.
When you get in a bad spot on the ground and you want to reverse it, that's what you need to do.
Masterclass in changing position, unreal to see.
A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. Final seconds of round 3. Well, this is exactly what you like to see. Nice combination of ground and pound punches. Outstanding pressure and activity by Sterling.
All right, take a seat, relaxa, respira. Olha, você está sendo muito agressivo na luta, tá? Eu tenho que você tem que focar.
You ready to fight? You ready?
Fourth round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, here we go with our next round, and how about the striking display in that previous round? He found a lot of openings upstairs, and when we sat down with him on Thursday, he said this dude doesn't move his head, and largely that's how it's played.
That's exactly how he thought it would be, and it's exactly what he's seeing early in the fight. Oh! Oh, he hit him again, bro.
Sterling's nose is bleeding now. Yes, looks as though he got cut by one of those offerings from his opponent. All right, full guard here, DC. What does he need to do to improve position?
Well, he's got to start to build his posture, get some damage off, move to half guard, which in turn leads to more opportunities for advancement. But if you're on the bottom, you got to anticipate those movements the moment he tries to move to the next position. You build a shield, get back to your feet, or dig an underhook to try to get a reversal or a sweep.
All right, he's hanging out inside the closed guard of his opponent here, DC. You got to be careful. All right, so now blood is a factor. You see that he has been opened up in that eye area.
Yeah, he's got hit in the eye, and now there's a cut. But it's nothing to worry about too much now. But he's got to be very careful with it as we go forward.
Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Sterling. Another ground and pound strike gets home. Well, maybe ill-advised to be competing off your back, but he's landing.
Oh, right into mount.
All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. All right, he's got side control here, DC. You know, he's got a lot of different submissions in his arsenal once this fight gets to the ground. Sterling's got him in a crucifix now, gonna go to work from the top. Under 3 minutes to go in round 4. And very effective with the ground and pound. All right, so a wise decision by him to continue to attack that cut. And it's getting wider by the minute.
It's getting wider by the minute. This guy is a fantastic fighter, and he's as smart as they come. So the moment that cut opened up, you knew that that would become his focus, and we are seeing it very clear right now.
Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Sterling.
There it is. Now he's running him out.
All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. Ooh, that looks tight. Might be the beginning of the end.
How in the world did he escape that submission?
Ooh, right into side control, DC.
This is where you want to be now because you get to make your opponent decide. They trying
to set up a choke here. Ooh, Darce choke locked and loaded.
He's gonna choke him. There it is.
Oh, he got out.
He did a great job of getting his hips away, getting back to his back in order to defend that Darce choke.
With the ground and pound.
Another strike gets through from the top position.
All right, well, that blow is buffeting from that cut with each strike landed, and he continues to effectively target that area.
You know, we are talking about a guy with a super high fight IQ. So when you give him that blood, that crimson red is nothing more than something that inspires him to continue doing what he's doing. So you have got to change something. You got to get your head moving so you're not taking too much damage to that cut.
All right, working out of side control here. His opponent trying to control posture, but you got to be careful here. Trying to pass the guard here, but a nice job by the bottom fighter defensively.
Bottom fighter did a fantastic job of following with his hips, making sure he blocked any attempt to get past his guard.
Another strike hits that eye area, and it is getting messier by the minute up there.
Well, he's getting targeted now. He's been hitting that spot so many times that his opponent sees the cut, and the cut is advancing.
Good work. Now stand it up.
Lands a strike down from the bottom. Nice work there by Sterling. Buzzer sounds for the end of round 4, 20 minutes in the books. All right, so there's the end of the round. You see the blood trickling down as he makes his way back to the stool. Cut on the bridge of the nose, or so it appears from the strike in that round. Cut man getting right to work.
I know you've got more.
All right, so there's the horn signifying the end of the round. We had a knockdown there, but not a knockout.
No, it wasn't a knockout, but you can't take those shots. That big punch landed, and it sat him down. If he gets hit with another one of those, it might be good night, Irene.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Fifth and final round. Side kick. Gets back to his feet. Well, that'll quiet the storm. Shot blocked by Sterling. Oh! Goes down again. Oh, switch kick lands for him now. Big shot on the feet.
Oh, that was a really nice takedown.
Oh, how about that? Strong reversal on the ground. Fighter trying to pass here, ooh, but gets denied.
Gets denied. Great job, great recognition of seeing what your opponent was trying to do.
Sterling's eye starting to swell now.
Beautiful reversal on the ground. Oh, now he's going to find himself in a little more danger. That was a slick transition.
Back mount now. All right, closed guard now. You got to be careful, though. He's got a lot of submissions off his back. Rubber guard for him now, DC. Some people believe this is nothing more than a stall tactic. What do you think the offensive fighter is trying to do?
He needs to regain his posture, right? He needs to shove that foot down around his neck, shove it down, build your base, get that arm free, and then get back to work, trying to advance position to your ground and pound.
Right.
If you play it there, you can find yourself in a lot of danger if you're not careful.
Well, that swelling, folks, is not from sodium. That is from a serious ground and pound attack from his opponent. All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. All right, dominant position for him here. Full mount. If you're the bottom fighter, better start moving those hips, DC.
Oh, you got to start moving those hips. What you should do initially, right, is start to push at the knees. Push at the hips, create some distance, shrimp, and try to recollect half guard. Half guard sucks, but it's much...
All right, so he's got the body locked down here, DC, or so it appears. This is not a guy you want anywhere near your back. Oh, crowd just loving it as the fighters, after an extended grappling battle, make their way back to the feet.
Yeah, they're back on their feet. They spend a lot of energy on the ground, though. These guys are going back and forth on the ground. Oh! You cannot take too many of those.
Whiffs on the right hand. Oh, he's really starting to apply pressure on his opponent here. Different approach here in the last couple rounds, and it's the exact sense of urgency that you want to see from a fighter. Take the judges out of it. Sterling goes in for the takedown now, and he gets it. Nice fight IQ there after he had gotten stunned on the feet. Oh, might be trying to set up a leg submission here. Oh, he's got that submission tied down. Oh, somehow he gets out. Fantastic submission, D. 1 minute to go in the fight. right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You gotta be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. All right, side control now. Trying to guard pass here. Not today.
No, it ain't happening. Good job understanding the transitions.
All right, this position now, what we call the north-south. If you're the bottom fighter, what are you trying to do to get out of harm's way?
Man, it's tough on the bottom. It's very tough because everything hurts, right? It doesn't matter that they're not completely driving the shoulder in. It just, everything hurts. So you wait for your opponent to go to his next action. And when he does, you go and attack the hands. You get to your knees and you attack the hands with both hands and try to peel the lock so you can get to your feet.
Final horn, we go to the scorecards. One of the greatest fights that we have seen all year. The official decision is in. It resides with Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score the contest 48-47. For the winner by unanimous decision, Diego Lopes!
All right, so a dominant performance for the more well-rounded fighter here tonight. Really cruises to a decision victory, as you heard from Bruce Buffer there, and it's one that he can build upon for sure.
And he knew that if he was able to stay upright, he knew that if he was able to take this fight where he needed to be, he would be the guy getting his hand raised. That's exactly what he did, and he earns a massive decision victory.